So let's talk about mental health for farmers. Let's talk about mine and Henry's experience this year. Why haven't you seen us? Why haven't we been posting videos? Why are we posting videos showing us planting when this is fall and we should be harvesting and cleaning up? Good question. So, when you're in the growing season, you're in it. You're planting, you're weeding, you're watering if you need to, fertilizing, pesticide sprays. That's the next thing. Nobody wants anybody to use a pesticide. Well, quite frankly, I don't want to use a pesticide either. But it's not realistic. It's unrealistic. Yes, there are some things you can do, and we try them. So, starting in May, we started having crops that were ready to be harvested. We started going to the farmer's market. So, as we started going to the farmer's market, that also meant, now we have got to be pulled away from the farm to wash, package, pack, load up the vehicle, and get to the farmer's market by 6:30, 7 o'clock Saturday morning. Henry goes to school, and I have a full-time job. So therefore, that all has to be done when we get home in the evenings. And what did that look like? That was rough. And of course, what you're seeing right now is the time when we were still getting water. We were still getting rain. In May, in my area, we received rain for 21 days out of the 30 days. Was it 30 or 31? Whatever. 21 days of rain. So we were constantly trying to keep our crops from floating away. And on Fridays, you came in at 4 o'clock, and we were working to 11, 12 o'clock, picking produce in the rain, picking produce in between heavy showers, cleaning the produce, packing the produce, trying to make posts on social media and different other platforms to let people know what we had available. Pricing, trying to keep prices where we as the farmer could make a living, but the consumer could also afford it. So one would say, well, okay, what's the big deal? That you can just process that. No, it can't. It's coming in faster than I can keep up with. It's coming in faster than we can pick it. We're overwhelmed. We hired 6 teenage boys to help us. Again, no experience. Was very happy to have them. But we ran into another dilemma. We're starting to realize that we're not making any money. Now, every dollar that was spent to start this has been out of our savings. Anything, tractor fuel, tractors, I think I already said equipment, but it adds up. It adds up to a lot. And now it's becoming more and more evident that we're not selling produce like we had expected. We wasn't selling produce like we did the year prior, even. If we take our produce to the produce auction that's here in our area, a lot of times it's pennies on the dollar. You don't get retail, you get wholesale prices. Well, we didn't set up this garden for wholesale prices. We set this garden up this year for retail prices. And it wasn't happening. So we tried a few other techniques. We tried, again, increasing delivery. However, once that market closed on Tuesday, Henry and I were standing in the field one day, and I look over, and Henry's crying. Well, secretly, I'd been crying too. We're tired. When I say we're tired, we're exhausted. We're exhausted and we're beaten. We're completely beaten down. We're not getting the nutrition we need. Money's not coming in, but money went out. We're not getting sleep. We're not seeing an end in sight. All we're seeing is the hard work, and we're not getting the benefit or the pay from it. We're realizing right now that we are losing money, and we're losing big money. At this point, we have realized that we're not even going to make back what we spent out. So we're not even going to clear what we had already paid. We weren't going to have that money to put back. So here we are, standing in a field knowing that whatever we pick probably isn't going to sell. So now we're just staring, and once the money has been figured, and we're just looking at each other, and the overall depression state that I was in, that I had not even realized, hit me like a brick wall. I couldn't stop crying. I had spent months planning, months doing all the research that I could possibly do. Henry and I had spent months building and preparing the land, the boxes for the onions and the carrots, and fertilize, and it just hit like a ton of bricks. I couldn't breathe. I literally could not breathe. Henry was tired. He was tired. It was too much. It was too much for us both. It was too much even having the 6 other guys with us. So, something had to give. Well, what had been given at the time, what we had stopped doing in all of July, we didn't video anything. We had literally no time to video, much less we didn't even know where the video camera was. And something had to give. So now we're down to the point where we're like, okay, the water, Mother Nature has turned water off. Stuff that was doing real well, and just a few months prior was trying to float away in the fields. Now we're drying up. And I mean, we dried up fast because we had 100-degree days, zero water, zero. August, all of August, we didn't get any rain where we lived. Some areas around got a little bit, but we didn't get anything. The cows now, the pasture that we had set back for hay is now dying. When I say dying, the cows can walk on it and it's just like blowing up like dust. So our mental health, the thoughts and everything of the amount of money lost, money not coming back in, all the work, time, labor, just pouring down on you. No one talks about that. Everyone says there's help out here. Now that I've come back and I've got a little bit better of a mindset, been looking around at what's available. There's apparently a number I could call. And I want you to know that you got to reach out to your family. If you are having thoughts of just complete failure, just complete, I've wasted everything, nothing's worked, I'm a failure, it's not worth living, reach out to someone. Now, very thankfully, Henry and I have a great family support system. Not everybody has that. And I have a job that I could fall back on to pay the bills. But that doesn't recoup the money that's been lost. Was that our fault because we didn't do our research correct? Was that the fault of the farmers market? Was that the fault of our community? Was that the fault that we didn't raise the right items in our garden? I don't know. But what I will tell you is farming is hard. It's hard work. It's a lot of money invested. And this year, with no return. We have lost the money that we put out. We've lost our time. We've lost our labor. And that's hard to swallow. Now we're just back to Saturday markets. Henry's back in school. My work is picking back up. We had to walk away from the garden. I'm not crying at the moment because I have cried all the month of August. I grieved the loss of everything we had dreamed about. I grieved the loss of this farm being able to provide for my son's farming adventure in the future. All of this is to be diverse enough to be able to let Henry one day own the farm. So we have to find now what will provide that income. So I don't know. I don't know the right answer to anything. What I do know is I cannot continue to lose money. So we processed everything we could. We quit going to any of the farmers markets. We still had the hired help because we still had 80 rows of potatoes. We still had everything going on. We still had corn at the time. We picked everything and we took it to the produce auction. Again, was wholesale prices. We were not prepared for wholesale prices. We prepared our farm plan for retail prices. I guess it was unrealistic. That's fine. Business plans don't always work out. I think what I'm coming back to though is I hope that this helps the next farmer that is trying to get started, or the farmer that's in it right now, or maybe even the consumer, to think. Think about that farmer's market. Think about finding that local farmer in your area. I do realize it takes time and you have to go out of your way. I get that. But that farmer has put in so much work trying to bring you something that they thought their community wanted and needed. For the people that are just starting to farm, I wish I could tell you all the resources you need, but it's different on every farm, and the resources, quite frankly, are very hard to find. There's grants available. I don't know when you're going to have time to fill them out. There's trainings I go to and they talk about farm plans, and I genuinely think that everybody means well. Those didn't help me. It didn't help me and didn't help my son in our farming. Now we have bush hogged everything down, and we did get a few dollars. We didn't make any money, but we were able to sell the produce and didn't feel as bad just letting it rot in the field. Probably at the end of the day, it would have been better fertilizer, but we also offered up on social media. We put stuff down to wholesale prices. And we had some people show up and buy. We had some people show up and take things that they shouldn't have took. Life happens. I had 30 bushels of potatoes sitting in my shop, holding them for people that I thought might come and buy a bushel of potatoes. Fresh potatoes, Yukon Gold, fingerlings, red potatoes, all right here on the farm that my son and I picked, and by now we're down to 3 teenage boys from our local high school and our community are picking and harvesting. We sowed 1 bushel of potatoes. 1 bushel. The rest have went to the produce auction. We're down to our last 8 rows of potatoes, not even advertising anymore that anything's for sale. I understand. A lot of people say, well, I don't have anywhere to keep a bushel of potatoes. I guess so. I will tell you this though, your mental health matters, and you as a farmer or anybody struggling with mental health, no one wants to see you gone and not there. Reach out to someone. Call your doctor, call a family member, call someone. None of us want to see someone else gone. Times are hard, life is hard, I get that. But there's always a better day. Sometimes you just have to grieve, you just have to go through those things. But at the end of the day, seek out help. You are important. More than likely, you're very loved by many people that you're not even thinking of. We may not always be able to help you in whatever venture you're doing, but please know that things do get better. And I don't do this for pity, and I don't do this for woe is me and woe is my son. I do this because you do not see videos that tell the bad. Well, we all love to show the good. But I would have liked to have watched a video like this to have given me a moment to think. Maybe I would have better prepared myself for things that could have happened. I don't know. We do appreciate you watching our videos. We hope you come back. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave us a comment about maybe what's going on in your life as far as, are you a farmer? Are you a consumer? Have you thought of any of this? No matter what, we're all in this together. And this is just me sharing our farming adventure. Have a good day.